Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Kelly. I am 51 years old. I am an empty nester, and I live in eastern North Carolina with my husband, and he is a truck driver. I work at the local post office part-time. So I'm just trying to live my best life here as an empty nester. And I've been on a weight loss journey since I'm gonna say around Christmas time. I've lost about 30 pounds and I'm still losing. I'm kind of slowing down because I'm getting closer to my weight loss goal. So I am trying to share what has worked for me. And I know it will work for you too if you implement the strategies that I use. And it's not hard, it's not complicated. It's just sticking with it and being mindful of your eating habits, your calorie intake, and just your overall health and nutrition. And not only should we be concerned with our physical well-being, our weight, but a lot of things that go into also our health and our weight loss is our mental health, our spiritual health. And I know being on a weight loss journey, it can be stressful and it can be a struggle on you mentally, emotionally, because it is a big change for a lot of us that can be discouraging, can be just, you feel like there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. There's no way that I'm going to be able to make all these changes in my life. But I'm here to tell you, you can. It's not that hard. It's just changing your mindset. It's changing the way you think about it. If you want to go to one of my previous videos on weight loss mindset, I explain more about that, and then how to easily, and I'm not using the word easily lightly. I know it's harder for some than others, depending on your eating habits and things and your age and all of that, how long you've been eating a certain way. So it is, I don't want to say easy for everyone, but I'm here to tell you that, like, if I can do it, you can do it too. I am not a spring chicken anymore. I had to completely change my mindset on, how I was eating. And I was not one to eat really bad. I was doing keto and then some carnivore for a long time, but I still was not where I wanted to be. And now I see where I can be, and it's very encouraging. And it's not that hard. So, but today I wanted to focus more on self-care during this time. And I don't mean self-care in a way of being like, oh, self-absorbed. I'm just talking about while you're going through this, what are the things that we should focus on, as well as what we're eating, but other areas of our lives too that can give us overall health and emotional and physical and spiritual support, all of the stuff that goes in with it. And number one is to focus on your nourishment. Your eating balanced meals. Your getting enough fruits and vegetables and protein. Protein is big, especially if you are losing weight. You're also losing muscle tone. I said that before. And that's one of the big ones that I noticed, because I was losing it, pretty quickly. So I noticed the difference in my skin and my muscle tone. My body composition just changed, So, making sure you get plenty of protein. Try to get, a lot of protein in every meal. You should be getting some source of protein. If you don't feel like you're getting enough protein, you could always supplement with like a protein shake, something that's clean, not like your typical Premier Protein that you get out there. Get a quality protein powder. And I'll show you, I'll show you the one that I use. Never open up a pantry door that's full. Anyway, this is what I use. It's egg white protein, dairy-free animal-based protein. I try to stay away from plant-based protein. You want more of an animal-based. So this is what I use. It's 120 calories for one scoop. So usually I would maybe supplement this or use it as a meal replacement. Like if I want to have it and, if I know I'm not going to be getting a lot of breakfast or something, I might fix me a protein shake instead, or have a protein shake and maybe a piece of fruit or something like that. If you're in a hurry and you don't have time to like make a big meal or whatever, but that's what I use. So then on to number 2 is listen to your body cues, like your fullness, your hunger cues. Try not to be distracted when you eat. Watching TV and eating is the worst thing you can do, because you're eating like mindlessly. You're into what you're watching and you're not paying attention to what you're actually putting in your mouth. And you want to, our bodies are designed to tell us when we need to eat, when we're hungry, when we're full. You got to listen to those. And sometimes, if you are overweight, your stomach stretches out and your body, it takes more to fill you up. So that's where the calorie counting and things, like, you have to be aware of how much you're eating. So, and listening to, when you're full, when you're hungry, just the mindfulness of what you're putting in your mouth, no distractions while you're eating. Sit down at the table. Driving, people eat when they're driving. That's another thing. It's just like you're putting food in your mouth. You're not paying attention to what you're doing. Plus, it's dangerous. And then number 3 would be to, manage your stress, because stress increases cortisol levels, which, contributes to weight gain, especially around the middle. especially in women. And if you're to the menopausal age, or, you struggle with hormones, you're going to be more apt to hold weight in the middle. And then, just being aware of the things that you're putting into your mind, whether it be negative things, depressing things that, and then not only that, but, things that just do not feed us spiritually, that are not good for us spiritually, that we should not be putting into our minds. And also, prayer, putting God first in your life, and getting that spiritual food, as well as your other, nourishing foods. You need spiritual food, through prayer and Bible reading, Bible study, daily devotions. You need to feed yourself spiritually. And taking time to relax, and like I showed in my my intro of the video, just sitting outside and just relaxing, taking in the vitamin D, that's very important. Vitamin D is very important. Being in the sunshine, sit outside for 30 minutes a day. In the morning, to me, is the best time. You get that morning sunlight, and just sit in the sun for 30 minutes and relax. Take that time to pray, and, ask God to just help you through the day, and to help you be aware of the things that you're eating, and the negative things that you might be feeding yourself with during the day. And then prioritizing sleep. Sleep is a big thing for me at my age, and I know a lot of women who are premenopausal, menopausal, postmenopausal. Sleep is a big factor in our mental health. I can tell you that it can affect my whole state of mind, my whole mood. I can start fights with my husband just because I didn't have enough sleep. I can be so grouchy and so negative if I don't get enough sleep. And I know a lot of women are like that, and finding ways to wind down before bed. I need to stop drinking coffee at nighttime. I did buy myself some tea that I thought I would really like, because I'm going to start trying to drink tea in the evening. It's going to be a big shift for me, because I enjoy my evening coffee. I have done that for years now, and that's just something that I love and I look forward to. So I want to change my mind about that and tell myself, you can enjoy tea too. Tea is good. It's good for you. Plus, it's going to help you wind down before bed. Of course, decaffeinated tea. And then not only your sleep, but your, doing activities and things that you enjoy doing. I love to be in the water, by the water. I love the swimming pool. We've had a lot of cloudy, kind of not rainy, but just cloudy days. We got this is our hurricane season here. Not that we've had a hurricane, but this is where more of our rainy times come, around this time of year. So, it's not been the best time to lay out in the pool, but I love the water. I love going to the beach. I love being on the boat. Those are activities that I can literally feel a shift in my thinking. Like, my mood will change, just by being out on the boat and on the water. I love it, and it's like one of my favorite things to do. And then being outside, messing around with the chickens and watching the chickens. I love to just sit and watch my chickens. They're funny. They're enjoyable to watch, I love decorating. I love redecorating my house. I'm always doing stuff to my home. My husband just left again to go on the road, and when he's gone, I take that opportunity to take on some projects. Like the last time I redid I made over, how about that? I made over my bedroom because I didn't like my bedroom. It was not a cozy, comfortable place for me. And now I love it. I like to go in there and just relax. So make your spaces the way you like them, to where they're comfortable, they're cozy, and that's a place that you can relax. You don't want to go to bed and it feels stressful because it's a mess, it's disorganized. So make your space the way you like it, in the way like you can go in that room and just literally relax, like kind of when you go to a nice hotel room. You want your room to kind of have that feel too. But those things are the things that I love to do that bring me joy and help me to relax. And then going on to physical self-care, you want to stay hydrated. You want to exercise in the way that you find more enjoyable. If that's getting in your living room and just busting a move to some music and dancing, that's not my thing. But like, I know some people like to dance. I love music, but dancing was, I don't even know if I ever really got into dancing. But a lot of people like just get out in nature and hike and swim and just do the things that you enjoy doing, that makes exercise not a chore. I hate aerobics. Now if I have done those walking videos and stuff, which those are okay, but to me that's still boring. That's still like monotonous. Like I know that if I had to do those things every day, I would quit because I don't enjoy it. I do enjoy hiking. I do enjoy walking, putting my music on and just taking off walking the dogs. I do like hiking in nature. I do like to get in the pool and swim and, find something that you enjoy doing, that that you're not going to dread every day. Like I said, I've been trying to push myself to go to the gym. And the only reason it's hard for me is because I know I have to drive 15-20 minutes to go to the gym in the morning. And then I talk myself out of it. I thought, well, I'll do it tomorrow or whatever. If you don't take the step and do the thing, you're never going to do it. So like I said before, is self-discipline, pushing yourself past those feelings of discouragement and talking yourself out of it. You got to push yourself past that and just make yourself do it, and then do it several days in a row, and then it becomes part of your routine. And at least tell yourself that I'm going to do it these days, and these other days I'm going to take a break. That way you look forward to the days where you get to rest and you get to do something different. And then I'm going to go back to the water. Like, I have been known not to drink a lot of water. I drink a lot when I'm eating, but I don't tend to drink a lot if I'm not eating. So staying hydrated, I notice when I drink a lot of water, my skin looks better, I feel more energetic, my brain feels clearer. So staying hydrated is big. And then you want to give yourself compassion on your bad days, because failure is part of the journey. You're going to have days where you do fail. You are going to have days where you might take a step back and you say, oh man, I shouldn't have eaten that. You need to give yourself grace. We need to give ourselves grace. I'm not saying that like give yourself a pass on everything, because you do have to hold yourself accountable. You have to tell yourself, okay, I slipped up today, but tomorrow I'm going to do better. And if that means giving yourself one day where you do treat yourself, not overeating, but treat yourself with something that you love. And then that gives you something to look forward to. And then that can help you get through the other days of being stricter. But give yourself compassion when you do mess up, or you do have a day where you're like, oh, I just ruined the whole day eating. Give yourself grace, because that's just part of the journey. Failing is part of the journey, and it will get easier and it will get better. You just get back on it tomorrow. It's not the end of the world. And then, find a supportive environment that supports your weight loss journey. If you have people in your life that do not support your weight loss, do not support, you're eating differently, and maybe you need to distance yourself a little bit while you're going through that. I'm not saying shun people that aren't exactly like-minded, but like those influences that aren't positive on your, on your goals and on your journey. So, distance yourself away from maybe those people all the time, and just find a support system that actually encourages you. Not everybody's going to encourage you. Not because it's either because it makes them feel bad about the way they're eating, or they don't agree, or they don't think it's a big deal, like, you're making too big of a deal out, whatever. It's your journey, it's your body that you have to live with. And if you can't, if somebody can't support that, that's not your problem, that's their problem. I want to be healthy for myself. I want to feel the best that I can feel at my age, and I want to live a long, healthy life. And that's my business. And if like my friends and family can't support that, that's not my problem. That's their problem. And I want to surround myself with people that are encouraging to that. And whether you agree with it or not, it doesn't matter. It's my life, it's my body. I know what it's going to take for me to be healthy. So if those people, if you got the negative Nellies around you, if you can't turn them off, turn the negativity off, then maybe you need to stay away a little bit. That's all I'm saying. And then, just keep a gratitude journal. I want to start doing this. Like, just start writing down every day the things that you're thankful for. The things that God has given you in your life and blessed you with. He has blessed us with these bodies that go through so much. We put our bodies through so much, physically, mentally, and they show up for us, and us as women, we are so bad to criticize our bodies and nitpick our bodies and tell our bodies how ugly they are, and like cover, oh, I don't like this part about me. I don't like this part about, I'm not saying you should walk around exposed, but you know what I mean. There's some people that don't like their arms. And, my arms has not been my favorite thing. I'm a little bit more comfortable with them now, even though now I'll be like, oh, I got some loose skin on my arm now. It looks kind of old lady-like or whatever. Oh, well. It's part of who I am. I'm thankful for my arms. I'm thankful that I'm strong and I'm healthy. And I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going, because we will find, I've lost 30 pounds now, and I'll still sit and nitpick myself. I still don't like to look at myself in the mirror sometimes. And even though I can tell I've lost weight, but then like you have a little saggier skin or whatever. It's like there's always something that we're going to nitpick about ourselves. It doesn't matter what it is, like we're never satisfied. And like, why can't we just be so thankful that we're strong? I can get up and I can take a 2-mile walk. I can work in my yard. I can clean my home and without pain in my body. And even if we do have aches and pains, it could be so much worse. There's some people that are bedridden, that are just sick and they can't do anything. I'm thankful, and I don't want to live with the negative self-talk anymore. We have done the damage to our own selves. It's not like our bodies let us down. We've let our bodies down because we don't properly take care of it. And we can start now in changing the way that we treat ourselves and being more compassionate towards ourselves. We would never talk to other people the way we talk to ourselves. Why are we less important than anyone else? You know, we are made in the image of Christ. Our identity lies in him. It's not in how many wrinkles we have or what our saggy skin looks like or whatever. Our identity is in Christ. And if we can keep that in mind, I think that in eating the way God intended us to eat, we can live a long, healthy life and enjoy it to the fullest. So that is all I have today. I just hope and pray that you'll implement some of these things into your life as well as your physical nourishment, and be mindful of what you eat today and how much you're eating, and keep a log of it, keep track of it, and you will succeed. I guarantee it. So have a wonderful day, and I just pray that God would bless you, and thank you for watching. Bye.